noticed in my videos that my fan was being excessively loud. Either that or my air conditioner, so I decided to turn off my fan for this video. Though I can still hear that the air conditioner is on, but I'm at a farther area in my room. My room is rather large, so I'm farther away from my air conditioner. Anyways, I wanted to make this video about my thoughts on social interaction and how it works in humans and my opinions on it. So, one thing I've noticed lately, and I guess throughout all of my life, though I never actually put any emphasis on it or thought about it more, was that I never actually understood social interaction. I may see it being played out in movies, TV, etc., but I don't actually understand it. For example, clubbing and stuff like that, I have no idea why people do that. It seems terrible to me. Completely foreign, completely alien. Also, hanging out with friends, it is very alien to me how such a thing works. Though I never really had friends. I suppose I had something you could maybe consider friends in like 2nd and 3rd grade. But I think it was only out of pity, and they never really even liked me. Following that, I never really had a social interaction with anyone my age besides my cousin. And now I haven't really even talked to him at a similar regular basis in, I believe, more than a year. Even then, we barely even met up, but yes, I'm just kind of, I guess as one person would say, isolated. And I don't really care that I'm isolated. Strange. If you want to know, I'm currently 16 years old. I recently turned 16. I was born August 8th, 2008. I believe, yeah, today is August 25th, so I recently turned 16. And the night I turned 16, I was... Sorry. The night I turned 16, I was rather angry. I started punching my walls, and I threw stuff around in my room. Nobody was awake because it was 12 a.m. And it is a very big house, so they couldn't hear me. But yeah, I got overcome with rage regarding it, and I don't know why. It happened when I was turning 16. But anyways, that's it. Now when I'm in my high school, I see the other students, usually male, interact with each other, and it is so odd to me, the way that they work, the way that they say things like, oh, you're cooked, other words such as that, other slang I don't understand. Yes, I suppose I understand the concept of slang in itself, but it's so strange. They keep on saying the same things over and over. They're like animals. I practically see other people in my school as animals, like a zoo. But yeah, other things. They never actually interact with me, thankfully. Though I guess a few times they do interact with me, I usually just overhear them saying that I'm a school shooter or something like that. Yeah. But besides that, I never really interact with them. Sometimes women come up to me, like 2 girls in the past have come up to me, seemingly tried to date me, but I just kind of walked away and said okay, and walked away. Because I don't know how to respond to that. I don't really have attraction towards what you could call regular women. I don't understand them at all. I can't develop an attraction towards them beyond basic, sexual. Though I would be able to actually romantically attract to a woman if she was like me. But since I'm such, I guess, a rare breed, it seems impossible. And I don't have any interest in having sex non-romantically. So I likely will remain a virgin for the rest of my life. I don't care about that really. What I'm doing right now is I'm at my computer desk. I'm speaking to the mic, well, not really. I have Apple earbuds that I speak into for this. I'm not exactly speaking into it, it's just dangling at the right side of my ear, at the right side of my head, relatively close to my mouth. And it keeps on picking up so many sounds, so many strange sounds. It's probably picking up the clicking, which is decently far away from my mic, but that's besides the point. What I am trying to elaborate on here is that I guess I've never really even had social interaction to any meaningful capacity. Despite being raised in a very rich environment, like I'm literally inside of a mansion, you would think that someone such as me would be infected with the cultural virus to a significant extent, but I'm not. I'm pretty much free from it. It's one that makes everyone douchebags and stuff such as that. I don't have it. Those people may view me as a douchebag or because of my general lack of empathy. I do have empathy. I like animals, some animals, and I guess people such as me, I can empathize with them pretty heavily. I also don't really like criminals at all, especially rapists or abortionists. Generally, I think the crime for having an abortion should be death. I don't really know why I'm bringing this up, but yeah, that should be it. Even though they always complain, oh yeah, what if I'm raped? Well, you can simply arm all the women, and any rapists that are caught shall be castrated and broadcasted to everyone. There should be mass executions of rapists and mass castrations. That shall eliminate the problem for the vast majority. If you take a page out of North Korea, you can eliminate most problems. Of course, I still believe there should be there should be most freedoms attributed to citizens, like on the Bill of Rights, all of that. But that's just one thing I won't really compromise on. But yes, because it's something based on negligence, murder over negligence, and that in itself is brought upon by the cultural virus, which I don't really know which group is instigating the cultural virus, but it seems to be some sort of small group instigating a cultural virus to spread across all of society. Every society, Eastern, Western, Northern, Southern, they all have the virus in different ways, and it's rotting them from the core, and it takes place socially. If you isolate yourself from this virus by social isolation, you won't have it, and you can have a clearer mind regarding it. But it depends if your mind is even built for such a thing, as the neurotypical mind can't really handle extreme periods of isolation. My mind is what many would call neurodivergent, so I can handle these things. However, for others, I don't believe they could. Nonetheless, it's interesting to see. I feel like as if in the coming decades, the entire world is going to become a complete shit show. Mass suicides everywhere, things such as that. If you've ever seen Ready Player One, it would be like that, but without the big virtual reality things, as that would be a very unprofitable. Yeah, just a general shit show, like Lords of 2112 type shit show. Very bad. But anyways, what I am currently thinking of is just more social things. The only really person I talk to nowadays is my father. Of course, I do live with my grandmother and grandfather, but they don't really talk to me. I feel like they have some sort of disdain for me, for not being normal enough for them. Because they always try to force things on me sometimes. They say I'm not dressing normally, though I am dressing normally. I'm just wearing a hoodie, wordless shirt, wordless pants, plain color, every single day. But I guess that's not good enough for them. I don't understand why. Of course, they also try to push, I guess, career ideas, but I can't think of any career. Possibly something involving robotics, because that is what is going to take over the world for the most part. most industries are going to be snuffed out, so one in robotics, usually some freelance robotics, seems like the only thing I could ever do. Because I don't want to have a job where I have to go outside of my room. I feel like I can't go outside of my room at all and talk to people. Because I'll be forced to talk to people in any job, which is something I really want to avoid. Nonetheless, I guess that's kind of what I have to say for social interaction. If there's anything else I can think of right now, I'll say it. But yes, because this all kind of began when I was 9 years old. Prior to that, I somewhat interacted with people to like a reasonable extent, but then I just stopped. I stared at the walls. I stared at the wall and I black out. And that happened when I was 9, and for some reason, I guess the therapists that I was forced to go to by my grandparents, that it was a seizure. I highly doubt it was. I feel like it was fate. But anyways, I have been forced to go to like many therapists due to my social isolation, but my grandparents have given up. They just won't do anything anymore. It's like if they're coping and ignoring it. Usually they try and enforce, the social interaction upon me. And they definitely did, up until I was like 13. But, ever since then they just stopped. I know that they were told by my therapists that, I'd get better, I'd magically become social again, but that just never happened. And now it's sort of like a science experiment to view how they'll react to me as I continue to age and just not interact. Because they have a daughter, or she's apparently my aunt. She is, as of now, 24 years old, and she's just a basic cultural virus infected person. Not terribly infected, but I guess her general politics are very left-wing, so it probably does allow for lots of, things that could be viewed as degenerate. And there's that, and of course she has like ton of friends throughout high school, middle school, all of that. But they seemingly never really even went after her. I feel like they're going more after me, but they don't have anything to go after me for. The only thing they're really trying to go after me for now is go outside, or strangely enough, they try to go after me for math, and I usually have like a 95 in any math class I'm in, and all the other classes I'm in have like 98 to 100, and it's just strange where they try to push the math so much on me, because I already have it pretty much mastered, but I guess they just need something to distract themselves. Nonetheless, it doesn't really affect my life too much, as it's just kind of staring at screens now. Staring at screens, gathering information, conducting hypotheses. That is my life. I suppose that's probably what it's going to be until my death. And on my death, I feel like I'm not going to live a long life. I'll probably die by like when I'm 20 or something along those lines. And I guess that's just how things are, and I don't really care. It could be a suicide, it could not be. I have no idea. I just have a feeling something's going to kill me. Yeah. Nonetheless, I don't feel particularly affected by it. I die, but that's okay. And yeah, I also do believe in an overlife, afterlife, not on in any religion, but it is an afterlife. I'm fairly certain in that. Well, yeah, so I kind of go out very off topic when I'm talking about things, about, my interests. And, and also, I guess in my interests, and regarding my interactions with my grandparents and family in general, I never really told them my interests. I pretty much basically stopped telling them any of my interests by the time I was 9 years old. So they've been completely in the dark about my interests for like 5 years, as they've changed pretty significantly since then. I think my biggest interest, and the only one they really knew about, was Spider-Man, but now I don't really care about that. Yeah. Of course, they know that I'm not only going to Spider-Man, but they have no idea what it got replaced with. I don't know what it got replaced with either. There's so many multitudes of things, I can't really list them right now. Those are the big ones, and I can't really list them right now. My mind is always blank, and I can never list something that I like, no matter what. Favorite movie, favorite color. I guess I could either do orange or green for favorite color, but favorite TV series, favorite food, favorite anything. I usually just can never have an answer, even though I do know what a favorite is. I can't list anything as a favorite to answer the person that gives me the question, and that's just how it'll be, I guess. Well, goodbye, everyone. I'll make another video. I made this on the same day as the previous one, which I uploaded a few hours ago. So, bye everyone. Yes, I am a odd synthesis. I'm gonna make another video.